The Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Boubacar, has decried the increased rate of killings across the country, calling for an end to the incessant bloodshed. The religious leader who spoke at a national summit in Abuja said the killings must be brought to an end for Nigeria to witness development. Other traditional religious leaders at the event, which are the national president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Reverend Samson Ayokule, and the Oni of Ife, Oba Ogunsi, joined voices with the Sultan to call for an end to bloodletting across Nigeria. The traditional leader also urged those in the leadership position to engage youth in productive activities. And now some aspirants of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Osun State have announced their withdrawal from the governorship primary election of the party shortly before the exercise commenced. Some of the aspirants who announced their withdrawal from the governorship primary are Professor Adeolu Durotoye, a former Minister of Youth Development, Olasukomi Akinlabi, and Felix Okunwale. Others are Chief Larry Oyewumi, former Speaker of Osun State House of Assembly, Adejare Bello, Jide Adeniji, and Ayoade Adewopo. With the withdrawal, the primary election is now among Senator Ademola Adeleke, the former Secretary to the State Government, Fatai Akinbade, Chairman Mutual Assurance, Dr. Akin Ogumbiyi, and Nathaniel Oke. The chairman of the Osun State PDP governorship primary election, Seriake Dixon, who is the Bayelsa State Governor, promised that the primaries would be free, fair, and credible. Now moving on the news. Still talking Osun election, the Chief of Staff to the Osun State Governor, Boyega Oyetola, has won the All Progressives Congress APC governorship ticket. Senator Ovie Omo-Agege, who acted as the chairman of the APC governorship primary election panel, announced the result of the election on Friday night. Oyetola, who is from Iragbiji, Borikwe local government area in Osun, a central senatorial district, won the highest number of votes in the primary. He polled 127,017 votes to defeat the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Lasun Yusuf, the Speaker of the Osun State House of Assembly, Dr. Najim Salam Kunle Ade Goke Saka Layonu, amongst other contestants. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives came second with 21,975 votes, while the Speaker of the House of Assembly came third with 17,958. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has asked President Muhammadu Buhari and the federal government to perish the thought of trying to use the unveiling national career to deceive Nigerians, and now that the election is coming. In a statement by the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Kola Ologbodion in Abuja, said it is not funny that the federal government is merely unveiling Lagos and drawings of an airplane and imaginary routes. The party said it is unfortunate that having run out of fake promises and not having any development project to parade, President Muhammadu Buhari and the All Progressives Congress APC have now resorted to international kite flying aimed at hoodwinking unsuspecting Nigerians. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has ordered a 72-hour joint operation to clear the gridlock around the Apapa Expressway caused by stationary trailers in Lagos State. The situation had made movement in and around the exits difficult for many road users in recent days. Oshibajo, who made an unscheduled visit to the area to assess the situation, directed relevant government agencies to immediately embark on the decongestion of the popular road leading to the Apapa seaport. The Vice President arrived in the area in a chopper and was accompanied on the visit by the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amici, and senior naval and police officers. And now, a former governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, I beg your pardon, a former governorship candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA, in the 2015 general elections in Abia State, Alex Oti, has declared his interest to run again in 2019. Oti, a former banker and renowned financial expert, told the mammoth crowd of his supporters at the Ungo High School Aba venue of a formal declaration that he would seek election as a governor in order to restore Abia to the path of growth and socio-economic development. Oti debunked the rumor that ABGA had two factions, saying that it was sponsored by the enemies of Abia and ABGA. He appealed to the electorate, especially the youths, to rise to the challenge and defend their vote in 2019. The Explosives Ordnance Disposal Command of the Nigerian Police Force says, apart from the northeast, it has resolved to intensify surveillance in the Niger Delta and southeast ahead of the 2019 general elections. The command stated that the regions were volatile areas where a number of terrorist attacks had been recorded. The Commissioner of Police of the command, DCP Gabriel Ogutuashe, said that operatives of the anti-bomb unit will be made to undergo training in addressing the use of improvised explosive devices to perpetrate crimes. The CP explained that through partnerships with non-governmental organizations, the command had been sensitizing people in the volatile areas to the need to report incidents of IEDs being planted in their vicinities. Now, the Nigerian Air Force, NAF, says it will reposition the Mobility Command for tactical and strategic airlift. Air Vice Marshal Napoleon Bali, Air Officer Commanding Headquarters of Mobility Command in Bayelsa, disclosed this during the 2018 third quarter road march exercise of the command in Janugwa. Air Vice Marshal Bali said that repositioning the command became necessary to completely tackle and contain the security challenges facing the country. He further urged all airmen and women to go beyond routine road march exercise and engage in personal or individual exercise. Traders from different ethnic nationalities broke down in tears following a fire outbreak which gutted the popular Terminus market in Jos. The market, which is mostly populated by Igbo businessmen, was said to have been destroyed some years ago following a bomb explosion which was allegedly linked with the Boko Haram Islamic sect. During the latest fire incident, which started last night, several warehouses were burned to ashes. Meanwhile, the spokesperson of Plateau State Police Command, Matthias Chupev, a deputy superintendent of police, confirmed the fire incident. You're still watching Superscreen News at 6. Right about now, we'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll bring you business news. Just stay.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigerian government are keeping quiet. Husband are killing people. Why?
It's not what we expected because of these old men
that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. The kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are fighting my business. Let me use grass. If I call it use grass, I'm not to mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Each shop there are 4 million naira, which I don't have the money, so I have to leave.
If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Well, it's so glad to have you back now in Business World. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has commenced its intervention in the sale of foreign exchange in the Chinese yuan. This signaled the implementation of the bill of the bilateral currency swap agreement signed by the CBN with the People's Bank of China on April 27, 2018. The Apex Bank explained in a statement issued on Friday that the sale of foreign exchange under the agreement would be done through a combination of spot and short tenor forwards. It also said the exercise is in form of a special secondary market intervention sales retail and will be dedicated to the payment of a renminbi denominated letters of credit for raw materials, machinery, and agriculture. The federal government has disbursed 668.898 billion naira to the 3 tiers of government for the month of May, despite the impasse in the Federation Account Allocations Committee (FAC). Director of Information at the Federal Ministry of Finance, Hassan Dodo Odisa, disclosed this in a statement in Abuja. Dodo said the sharing of revenues for May, which was meant to be distributed in June, was put on hold because of the disagreement on remittances by the revenue-generating agencies, especially the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC). He also said the money was distributed due to the urgent need to cushion the undue hardship being experienced by workers nationwide. However, Dodo said government is intensifying efforts to address the unsatisfactory remittances. The Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, has condemned the Association of Electricity Distributors (ANED) and condemned its recent reaction to his directives to the Nigerian Electricity Regulation Commission (NERC), the Bureau of Public Enterprises, and Nigeria Bulk Electricity Trading Company. Fashola, who called the association's spokesperson an interloper, stressed that his directives went to legal entities and not to an unlicensed organization, ANED, and accused the discos of sabotaging the nation's economy through their actions. In a 28-page document released in Abuja by ANED, the power distributors argued that most of the statements about Nigeria's power sector that were made by Fashola were false. They said comments made by the Minister of Metering, Power Generation and Transmission Capacities and Stranded Electricity, among others, were significantly distorted. Fashola had briefed journalists on the status of Nigeria's power sector at the headquarters of the Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing in Abuja last week Monday, and had pointed to a lot of lapses on the part of the discos. Leaders of the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, MWN, have handed a 21-day ultimatum to the federal government to clear the road of a gridlock and make it motorable or risk industrial unrest. In a communique issued at the end of its National Executive Council NEC meeting in Lagos State, leaders of the union said the government had breached the agreement reached with it 6 months ago to make the road motorable for users, adding that the road had completely collapsed and now a death trap. They also said industrial unrest appeared to be the only option left for the union. The House of Representatives, has resolved to investigate the loss of over $50 billion in gold revenue tax from 2013 to 2018. The loss of $50 billion from gold revenue was essentially attributed to illegal mining and exportation of unprocessed gold from Nigeria. Senator representing Ikpo-Baoka Federal Constituency of Edo State, Eyozuwa Agbonayima, told the House that the country was being fleeced by some elements who, according to him, were working against its progress. Adopting the motion, the House referred it to the ad hoc committee already investigating federal government recovery funds and assets to investigate the revenue leakages in the mining sector and the illegal mining of the country's mineral resources in the last 5 years. And our stakeholders in the upstream and downstream sector have urged President Muhammadu Buhari to fast-track the signing into law the Petroleum Industry and Governance Bill, PIGB, Head Environment and Conservation of Center for Environment, Human Rights and Development, CEHRD, Kabari Sam, who made the appeal in Abuja, said it will result in efficient and effective institutions with clear and separate roles, commercially oriented and profit-driven petroleum entities. He also called on government to take the entire PIB seriously and ensure the passage of the various aspects of the bill expeditiously.
Technical committee stage after the public hearing, where they are considering the different inputs that stakeholders made during the public hearing. That's where the Nostra Amendment Bill is at the moment. The Petroleum Industry Governance Bill had been going back and forth between the National Assembly and the Presidency, but we have a first-class information now that the bill is before the President for assent. The Petroleum Host and Impacted Community Bill we've just done the public hearing, and it will be shifting to the technical committee. So those are the different stages where we have these bills. But the one that is very paramount to us, that could be a law tomorrow, is the Petroleum Industry Governance Bill, and that's just awaiting the President's assent. And we think it's very necessary for the President to do the needful.
All right, with that, we'll take another short break, after which we'll bring you news from the foreign scene and then sports. Join us again.